What's up everybody, Russell Tracy here, and today I'm going to be continuing my Lightroom series. If you didn't see the last video, it was on organization. The link will be in the description below. I would suggest checking that out. Today we're going to be talking about the library view. The first thing that we're going to talk about is the left sidebar over here. In this sidebar you have a couple categories. You have catalog, folders, collections, and published services. In the folders, we've talked about the folders tab before. This is where you're going to find all your folders that have your photos. If you've checked out my synchronization video, this is where all the folders that you synchronize will go. Now, one of the cool things about this is you've got a couple different options now with Lightroom. You have this search filter up here, so I can click in the search filter and I can type something in. So if I want Kellum, I can hit Kellum, and all the folders that have Kellum in them will pop up. One of the other cool things that you can do in Lightroom now is that you can mark your folders with color labels. So if I highlight a folder, say I want boys soccer to be labeled, I can highlight it, right click, and add a color label. So I can put a little green label down here, so it's just kind of a visual reminder if that's something that you like. Moving on, we're going to talk about collections here real quick. Now, one of the cool things about collections are you can set up just different collections to do a couple different things. If you look in smart collections, there's a bunch of different smart collections created. So you can search by photos that have greater than 1 star, if they're colored red, shot with the D500, 5-star photos. The other really powerful feature with collections is you can create online proofing galleries for your clients that will link directly with Lightroom. Now again, this is if you're using Lightroom Creative Cloud. I'm going to be doing a separate video on how I use this for client proofing, client photo selection, stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. I'm not going to really get into too much of that today, but you can see here I have a folder for online proofing, and I've got a bunch of different folders here that are synced with Lightroom CC. Now, going on to published services, I have done a video in the past on this. In my case, I have Facebook and Instagram, but I also have Twitter. So if you publish to different social media platforms, you can do that if you want to publish full-size images to Instagram and you don't want to worry about syncing them to your phone and worrying about the square crop and all that stuff. You can do it directly from Lightroom. I do have a video on that. Check it out if you haven't seen that video yet. Now, moving on to the right side, I've got a bunch of different metadata fields that I can look at. So if I go to default, I've got I can look at different captions. So if these photos were captioned, I can see the captions here. I can edit the captions. I can see all the camera data here. For the Lightroom plugin, I can add captions to Lightroom and hashtags and stuff like that directly to the photo before I publish them. This comment section right here, I'm going to go over this comment section in my collections video. This comment section is where clients or whoever you share a folder with via Lightroom CC, they can actually leave comments on the photos and it will come directly back into Lightroom. Again, very powerful feature. A lot of people don't use it. We've talked about the keyword tags up here. If you want to just add keyword tags, you can do it right here from the library view. Down here in the bottom panel here, this is where you can search based on your 1-star, 2-star, 3-star. So if I only want to see 1-star photos, I can click the 1-star and just 1-star photos are going to show up. You can select from here, rating is greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, or rating is equal to. One of the other neat filter features down here is you have the ability to reject or approve photos. So if you come down here, you can filter by rejected, unflagged, and then approved. So if I wanted to approve this photo, I can right click on it and I can go to set flag, and I have flagged, unflagged, and rejected. So if I wanted to flag this photo, I could flag this photo. You can see the little flag shows up here. If I wanted to reject this photo, I could go to set photo and hit rejected. So now when I search by flagged photos that are 1-star or higher, if I wanted to show the rejected photos 1-star or higher, they show up here. Now with the rejected photos, one of the neat things is if it's rejected, it will gray out the photo. So you can just glance at the screen, see which ones are rejected, see which ones aren't. This is a very helpful feature when you're sending galleries to share with clients. Down here again, you can select by color label as well. So anything now that's 1 star or greater and is labeled green will show up. Over here on the left, we've talked about the face detection. This is the grid view. Right next to it is just the single photo. I think this is called the loop view. Now, next to this is the compare view. So you can compare photos. You can set a reference photo. So if you're trying to color match photos or you're trying to pick the best photo, you can go into the compare view and you can see selected and candidate, and then you can kind of just scroll through here, and if you have a couple photos that you're trying to choose between, you can select one and scroll through the rest to figure out which one you actually like. Going along with that, you have the next view here. This is the survey view. So if you want to select a couple different photos, you can select the photos and go into survey view, and it'll just put them side by side. You can select multiple photos, and Lightroom will just keep adding grid columns and rows depending on how many photos you have selected. This can be helpful if you have 2 photos that are very similar, again, just like the compare view. If you have a couple photos that you just want to quickly narrow it down, this is a good view to just look at the photos, pick the ones that you like the best, and move on from there. That's pretty much all I have for today, just for the library view. Again, I'll be putting out a video on specifically on the collections and client sharing. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it that thumbs down. Don't forget to check out my other videos. If you haven't checked out my Lightroom organization video, the link will be in the description. If you haven't done so, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and if you want to get notified when I post future videos, hit that bell icon. This is Russell from Russell Tracy Photography. Have a good day.